What's up, guys? R&W Outdoors here, Carson, and today I'm going to do a part 2 of R&W reviews on the Ape Canyon Outfitters Pioneer Saddle. Stay tuned. This video is brought to you by R&W Outdoors. Stay true. Alright, guys, what is up, and welcome back to another R&W reviews. This is actually a part 2 to the first review, because all this is a short update and some tidbit of safety information that I was sent and received after my first review video. So let's dive into it immediately and show you guys what we're talking about. So as in the first review, I stated that I chose to DIY my bridge. I didn't like the bridge and went with Amsteel. I was told directly from Ape Canyon Outfitters, who reviewed the video, that their saddle and the bridge they chose is safer than Amsteel. And the reason that being said is I know some other information as well from doing some research that Amsteel is not safe in the application of the choice of a bridge due to its tension rating being directly only in a linear position or pull, not in a vertical position. And actually, that the fibers, and some more in-depth research, that the fibers in Amsteel over time can start to pull apart and get wore down with a lot of friction. So they're not very heat resistant, as in sliding a carabiner over it constantly, moving it side to side, and it'll start to cause issues. And the force rating on Amsteel is nowhere near as strong as a sewn climbing rope in its application of the proper use. So again, Dieter from Amsteel and Dieter from my last video on DIYing to an Amsteel bridge, yes, I know other manufacturers develop them and use them. I can't give you the answer of why they choose to do so. If you have those kind of questions, ask those companies, maybe do some in-depth digging. I was just informed from not only Ape Canyon Outfitters Direct, but two other sources as well, that Amsteel was not the greater choice for a quality bridge and a longer lasting bridge. And that also, that was the reason this company chose to use a bridge of such, which is 9.5 millimeter ghillie rope, to create the bridge they did. Now onto the part where I talked about it being bulky with the Prusik loop. I chose to get some 8mm accessory cord, which is Sterling Oplux, I believe, in the black. I tied a hunter's bend and made a continuous loop, and then I made a 3-wrap Prusik loop to tie on to my side of my saddle to commence a little bit of bulk and get it away from what I had previously on the or the piece that come from Ape Canyon Outfitters. So again, if you're going to do this, I recommend checking out JRB Tree Climbing channel on tying a hunter's bend and using ropes as such as Sterling with ghillie, because one tidbit of information I will give you, and I will let him direct the rest, for he has a great channel on ropes, climbing, and tying knots and hitches and friction hitches and all kinds of stuff of that nature. That when you use a rope of a certain size, you always need to go down in a diameter or two, preferably 2 diameters. With this being 9.5, 8 is sufficient to be able to grab and do what I need to do to get your proper grip, friction onto your ropes. So make sure you know that information before you go diving into doing certain DIY aspects, because as with Amsteel and Amsteel go together. They're mostly the same size. But these ropes look similar, but they're not. This one is 8mm. This is 9.5. So they're actually different sizes by 1.5 millimeters, which makes a huge difference in creating a friction application to grab onto each other. But again, that was all this video was about, a short tidbit of information to fill you in that the promotion I made on DIYing to Amsteel is not the safest option. I'm not saying you shouldn't do it, but I was told that it's not the greatest, and it's the reason not that they done such with the Pioneer or custom gear modification saddles, or why some other manufacturers use rope instead of Amsteel. So that being said, choose what you want to do. Don't forget, always be safe. Screw down, don't screw up. And again, R&W Outdoors, stay true, guys. All right, guys, last little tidbit of information I wanted to put in the end of this video, and not in the direct video. We are not sponsored, partnered, affiliated, staffed, whatever you want to call it, with Ape Canyon Outfitters. This company decided to reach out to me personally just to give me some awesome constructive criticism on my bridge option, and just be out there looking for my personal safety and for everyone else in the mass. Nothing wrong, nothing negative, anything was said. A good conversation and a great conversation. So nonetheless, I wanted to make that a very clear point that here at R&W Outdoors, we are not sponsored, staffed, affiliated or anything with Ape Canyon Outfitters. We're just a group of guys who enjoy this great American-made product that we're trying to represent and let the mass know about, that this is a great, awesome product. So again, R&W Outdoors, I'm Carson Wayne. Y'all stay true. Don't forget, screw down so you don't screw up.